The camera sweeps across the glittering Manhattan skyline at night, a sea of twinkling lights stretching endlessly. Towering skyscrapers pierce the dark sky, their windows glowing like countless eyes. The focus sharpens on an opulent penthouse, a beacon of light and luxury against the city's vastness. Its grandeur is undeniable, a silent testament to the world of Blake Voss. The penthouse stands as a glittering jewel, a symbol of power and wealth in the heart of Manhattan. The penthouse ballroom hums with conversation, a symphony of clinking glasses, laughter, and chatter. Crystal chandeliers cast a warm, inviting glow, shimmering on the polished marble floors. Guests, adorned in their finest attire, mingle with an effortless elegance, their faces alight with mirth. Elmira Vale glides through the crowd, her silk gown catching the light, diamonds sparkling like captured stars. Her movements are ethereal, a vision of grace and poise amidst the opulent setting. A serene smile graces Elmira's lips, yet her eyes betray a deep, unyielding intensity, a hidden fire. In the opulent penthouse ballroom, Blake Voss, a figure of undeniable power, commands the space with an imposing presence. Blake stands beside Elmira, offering polite but distant acknowledgments to the milling guests. Elmira's gaze, however, drifts, her eyes scanning the room with an almost desperate intensity. She searches for something beyond the superficiality of the event, a yearning in her eyes. The grand ballroom, a gilded cage, holds a secret search within its glittering walls. The grand penthouse ballroom slowly empties, its opulent space now echoing with the final goodbyes of departing guests. Elmira, composed and elegant, maintains a polite, unwavering smile as she bids farewell to a socialite. Her eyes hold a distant gleam, hinting at thoughts far beyond the polite conversation. The heavy doors begin their slow, deliberate swing, steadily obscuring the last departing figure from view. The click of the closing doors signals the end of the evening, a stark silence now filling the vast ballroom. Elmira stands alone, her polite facade now dropping, revealing a flicker of something more complex beneath. In the vast penthouse living area, silence reigns, broken only by the city's soft, distant hum. Blake deliberately removes his jacket, each movement calculated and slow. He drapes the jacket over a chair, his gaze unwavering, fixed intently on Elmira. His dark eyes, filled with an almost predatory calm, study her every subtle reaction. The air crackles with an unspoken tension as Blake's intense scrutiny continues. In the opulent penthouse, a tense silence hangs heavy, broken only by Blake's low, even voice. Blake takes a deliberate, measured step, closing the distance between them. His gaze, sharp and unyielding, fixes on Elmira, piercing her with its intensity. His eyes search her face, demanding answers to an unspoken question. "Tell me something, Elmira. Why did you marry me?" he asks, his voice a chilling whisper. In a luxurious penthouse, Elmira's elegant eyebrow arches, a subtle hint of defiance in her poised posture. Her eyes, sharp and unwavering, lock with his intense stare, refusing to yield. A silent battle of wills unfolds, each gaze a weapon, each breath a challenge. The air crackles with unspoken tension, the opulent room a silent witness to their standoff. Elmira's voice, cool and collected, finally breaks the silence, a cutting remark on her lips. "That question seems a little late, don't you think?" she asks, her words a veiled challenge. Blake remains stoic, his expression unreadable, as if her sharp retort never reached him. He pivots with deliberate grace, his gaze fixed on the ornate penthouse doors. With purpose in each stride, he advances towards the massive, gilded entrance, a silent declaration in his movement. The air thickens with palpable anticipation, each step echoing the unspoken tension. Blake reaches the grand doors of the penthouse living area, his movements deliberate and weighted with intent. With a firm grip, he locks the doors, a decisive action that seals their fate within the expansive room. The sharp, metallic click of the lock slices through the silence, echoing loudly and ominously. The unsettling sound signals a profound shift in the atmosphere, a palpable tension now filling the vast, silent space. A heavy silence descends upon the opulent penthouse, pressing down on every lavish detail. Blake leans casually against a polished table, his posture betraying a hidden intensity. His eyes, sharp and unwavering, pierce the quiet, fixed on Elmira. He studies her intently, his gaze a probing instrument, seeking to unravel her true nature. Elmira becomes an intricate puzzle, laid out before him in the tense, silent room. Blake surveys his opulent penthouse, city lights twinkling like distant stars beyond the vast windows. His voice, analytical and detached, cuts through the luxurious stillness. Most women marry me for money. His eyes narrow, a flicker of suspicion igniting within their depths, as he adds, some marry me for power. He remains motionless, a figure of solitary power against the glittering backdrop of the metropolis. In the opulent penthouse living area, Blake's eyes narrow, a predator's gaze locking onto Elmira, seeking a hidden truth. He waits, a silent challenge in his posture, for her reaction, for any flicker of a tell. His voice, low and probing, cuts through the tension. But you looked relieved when you said, I do. A subtle shift in Elmira's expression, a fleeting shadow across her features, betrays a deeper emotion. Blake's gaze intensifies, dissecting her every micro-expression, trying to gauge the true depth of her response. The air crackles with unspoken history, as their eyes remain locked, a silent battle of wills unfolding. Elmira begins her measured advance, a predator in her own domain, the penthouse living area a stage. Her heels tap a soft, rhythmic cadence on the polished marble, each sound a deliberate beat of anticipation. Each step is a testament to her unwavering confidence, a silent declaration of her intent. The distance between them shrinks with agonizing slowness, heightening the tension in the opulent space. Her gaze remains fixed, a silent challenge in her eyes as she closes in. The soft taps echo, filling the silence with a powerful, unspoken narrative of approaching confrontation. In the opulent penthouse living area, Elmira's voice, smooth and controlled, carries an unsettling undercurrent. She watches Blake's face with piercing intensity, searching for a flicker of recognition in his eyes. Her gaze is unwavering, a silent challenge in the tension-filled air. A hint of disappointment, or perhaps something darker, crosses her features as she speaks. You really don't remember me, do you? Elmira asks, her words hanging heavy in the room. In the opulent penthouse living area, Blake's brow furrows, a fleeting shadow of confusion crossing his face. His posture remains rigidly guarded, a fortress against vulnerability. Yet, a hesitant flicker of uncertainty betrays the stoic facade in his eyes. A silent battle rages within him, a question left unsaid. Then, his voice barely a whisper, he asks, should I? Elmira's hands, with practiced precision, delve into her clutch bag, a silent ritual in the opulent penthouse. She retrieves a small, faded photograph, its edges softened by time and touch. With deliberate care, she places the worn image onto the gleaming, polished table between them. The photograph's faded hues and creased surface stand in stark, poignant contrast. It clashes with the pristine, luxurious surroundings of the modern penthouse. A silent story unfolds, bridging two vastly different worlds in a single, delicate gesture. In the penthouse living area, Blake picks up a photograph, his fingers tracing the edges of the worn image. The photograph reveals a young girl, her figure stark against the charred remains of an art gallery. Wisps of smoke still curl from the wreckage, a ghostly testament to the destruction. Blake's expression undergoes an immediate, profound change, a flicker of recognition igniting in his eyes. A silent storm of emotions crosses his face as the past collides with the present. Blake's eyes, wide with shock, fix on the photo, then dart to Elmira, a dawning understanding etched on his face. Elmira's expression remains unreadable, a subtle nod confirming the silent question hanging between them. A single heavy word escapes Blake's lips. You were there. The revelation hangs in the air, a silent, powerful truth resonating in the penthouse living area. In the opulent penthouse, Elmira's voice cuts through the stillness, flat and devoid of emotion. Her gaze, sharp and unwavering, fixes on Blake, dissecting his every subtle reaction. She watches, an unspoken challenge in her eyes, as a painful memory flickers across Blake's face. The air crackles with unspoken tension, a silent battle of wills playing out between them. Elmira's lips part, a chilling confirmation hanging in the air. Yes, 15 years ago, her words, a cold steel blade, pierced the quiet, leaving an indelible mark on the moment. In his penthouse, Blake gently places a photo down, his eyes distant, lost in a haunting memory. The devastating inferno flashes through his mind, a vivid nightmare of destruction. His voice, heavy with sorrow, echoes the tragedy. That fire destroyed half the art district. His gaze remains fixed on the distant horizon, a silent testament to the widespread devastation. In the penthouse, Elmira's eyes darken, revealing a deep sorrow mixed with simmering anger. She takes a step closer, her voice laced with an unbearable pain. The full, crushing weight of her past begins to unfold, revealing its bitter depths. Her gaze pierces the air, declaring, "And many lives." Her voice cracks, a raw wound exposed, especially mine. The revelation hangs heavy in the air, a testament to her profound suffering. In the opulent penthouse, Blake's voice drops to a low murmur, a defensive edge to his tone. He attempts to rationalize his past actions, a veil of self-deception clouding his perception. Unaware of the profound suffering he caused, he remains oblivious to the true extent of her pain. His words hang in the air, a stark contrast to the unspoken anguish in the room. Blake's voice, laced with a misplaced sense of rectitude, declares, "I compensated everyone who lost property." The statement rings hollow, an inadequate offering against a backdrop of deeper, unseen wounds. Elmira's soft, chilling laugh echoes through the penthouse, devoid of any warmth or humor. She closes the distance between them, her eyes fixed on Blake's, inches apart. Her voice, a cold whisper, cuts through the tension. "Oh, Blake, I didn't lose property." A raw, guttural pain rips through her next words, her gaze unwavering. "I lost my father." The weight of her words hangs heavy in the air, a devastating revelation. In the opulent penthouse, a sudden, chilling revelation hangs heavy, freezing the very air with its cold shock. Blake's gaze pierces through the stillness, his eyes fixed on her, a tempest of disbelief brewing within them. His voice, tight and strained, cuts through the silence, each word edged with profound betrayal and pain. He searches her eyes desperately, pleading for a denial, for any sign that this devastating truth is a cruel lie. A single, agonizing question escapes his lips, tearing at the fragile remnants of their shared reality. "You married me for revenge?" The weight of his words hangs, suspended in the air, awaiting a confirmation that could shatter everything. In the opulent penthouse, Elmira's lips curl into a faint, unsettling smile, her gaze piercing Blake. Blake's jaw tightens, a flicker of something dark igniting in his eyes. A low, dangerous laugh begins to rumble from Blake, slow and chilling. His dark amusement fills the air as he comprehends the true depth of Elmira's plan. Elmira's voice cuts through the tension. "For answers," she continues, "because the police never proved what everyone suspected, that the fire wasn't an accident, that you started it."